your impressions from a distance prior to taking the job. When someone said Alabama, what came to mind?
Well, it's always been, what we refer to as a standard, and I know you're biased, of course, and you should be because you've poured a lot into this program and made it to what it is, and made it to a place along with the many other alumni and great coaches that have been here to make it a special place and make it a one that brings in the championships, but the way it's done, being first class in all those areas, just not just on the field but off the field. It's what I've always seen from afar. I've always admired just everything about the program, and the recent 15 to 20 years under Coach Saban there. Just I've stole a lot of things. It could be the X's and O's of offensive or defensive play, or just kind of those quotes, those sayings, those things that get uploaded to social media all the time that you take from that you can use with your own football team.
Well, I know it's easy for us to kind of reflect back, and you having been a college coach at the same time as Coach Saban, you've watched his program from afar. But I'm curious if you have any earlier experiences having watched an Alabama game, or maybe your first memory of an Alabama game. Because I know you and I had kind of talked in passing, like, this is my dream job. Well, I'm curious why. And I think that you told me an interesting story, but I'd like for the people to hear that story as well.
Well, I'm not sure which one you're referring to, but because there's a few. But I think what I do remember being in high school and Coach Stallings with the championship team there, and in the early 90s, and just I just remember there was something about that, him being on the sideline, and that just seemed, being a South Dakota boy, just not having traveled around and definitely been to this part of the country, that just seemed like so far away and so outrageous to think about Alabama football. And I think there's obviously been a lot that happened between then and kind of my next really one that pops up in my head. But in 2017, coming here as a coordinator when I was at Fresno State, and coming over and we were kind of working our way up. It was our first year there, and so we had a lot of things that we were trying to figure out and sort through. But just the environment, the energy, the excitement leading up to the game, of course, the game itself, it was special. You could see it. And so I had a visual in my head of what it felt like as this process was all happening, and the opportunity maybe presenting itself. So I was very excited about that, but not really a lot of experience other than that as far as being on campus or a lot of these connections.